10 Stupidest Purchases by NFL Rookies. Before we start, I'd like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to NFL World. Ever since NFL athletes began making a ton of money, there have been players who have spent it on some absurd items. Now, while players in the NFL often make purchases the average American could never make, there have been some purchases that are outlandish even by NFL standards. Whether it be a house, car, boat, or even a pet, there is really nothing players aren't willing to spend their money on. Here are the 10 stupidest purchases by NFL players. Chad Ochocinco, semi-truck. The only person in the NFL who could buy a $100,000 semi-truck and not draw much shock or awe is Chad Ochocinco. The guy lives for attention, and what better way to get it than by purchasing a loud, gas-guzzling truck for his 32nd birthday. Ochocinco drove the truck, complete with an engraving of his name near the door, to his game against the New York Jets in 2010, which made for quite the entrance. Bryant McKinney, bar tab. Sometimes, even when NFL players are being advised to be frugal with their money, they manage to make some of the most ludicrous expenditures possible. Such was the case with Minnesota Vikings offensive lineman Bryant McKinney, who is in the midst of an NFL lockout and spent $100,000 on a bar tab. To be fair, McKinney has since called the story exaggerated. The purchases were made at the My House nightclub during an NBA All-Star kickoff party. Included in the tab were 15 bottles of expensive champagne. Chris McAllister buys a monster. Chris McAllister spent 11 seasons with the NFL, with 10 of those coming as a member of the Baltimore Ravens. For his production on the field, the Ravens gifted McAllister a 7-year, $55 million contract per Spotrac. McAllister used the money on something massive, literally. According to the Baltimore Sun's Peter Schmuck, McAllister rolled up to training camp in a massive Ford F-650. McAllister's take on the truck came equipped with a license plate reading King Khan and a satellite television receiver on the roof. The truck came in from anywhere between $90,000 and $200,000, but guessing on the additions McAllister made, such as the television, his receipt was well worth north the highest estimate. Darnell Dockett, pet alligator. While some purchases are outrageously expensive, others are ridiculously bizarre. Such is the case for Darnell Dockett. The Arizona Cardinals defensive tackle also utilized social networking, Twitter, to publicize his purchase. Dockett even tweeted that he wanted to bring his pet gator Nino to work, but I'm guessing the Cardinals weren't exactly excited about that idea. The alligator reportedly purchased at a price of $10,000. Joe Namath, fur coat. Broadway Joe Namath is one of the most iconic players to ever pass through the National Football League. Few images have contributed more to Namath's iconic status than the quarterback wearing his fur coat on the bench beside other Jets players. To buy a fur coat as extravagant as the one Namath purchased is ridiculously enough, but to wear it on the sidelines of an NFL game? Well, that's just Broadway Joe being Broadway Joe. Number 6. Michael Vick, fish pond. When Michael Vick was a young member of the Atlanta Falcons, he made his fair share of mistakes. One of them, although nowhere near his biggest mistake, was buying an $85,000 fish pond. Since going to prison, Vick's life seems to have changed for the better, and this type of lavish spending doesn't seem to be a part of who he is anymore. Number 7. Fred Smoot, love boat. Fred Smoot wins the award for the most controversial purchase. Smoot and Lance Johnstone were allegedly the ringleaders of a group of former Vikings players who purchased a cruise ship used for orgies. More than 90 players and just as many prostitutes were reportedly aboard the boat, and several players, including Smoot, faced penalties for the incident. Maybe Smoot was just trying to recreate his version of the love boat. Des Bryant, jewelry. Des Bryant is the 29-year-old wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. In 2017, his base salary was reported to be $13 million. When Bryant was still a rookie in the NFL and the Cowboys, he became quickly known for being stupid with money. In 2011, he was sued by a jeweler for $20,000 worth of unpaid-for jewelry. Just days later, he was sued again for more jewelry, totaling $80,000 of worth that he did not pay for. Aaron Rodgers, Christmas ATV. Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback for the Green Bay Packers and kind of a big shot when it comes to spending money. Apparently, quarterbacks rewarding their offensive linemen has become the it thing to do these days, and Rodgers didn't miss the memo. The star quarterback brought his entire offensive line high-end $20,000 ATVs for Christmas. Number 10. Vince Young, Cheesecake Factory. Vince Young played in the NFL for 6 seasons after being drafted by the Tennessee Titans as the 3rd overall pick in the 2006 NBA Draft. Young won big with a $58 million deal, or so he thought. His career ended in 2011 and he began to feel the repercussions of his bad spending habits. During his rookie season, he splurged big time. Young was notorious for visiting the Cheesecake Factory at least once a week and spending nearly $5,000 each time. Young would buy every seat on an airplane just because he wanted peace on the flights. His spending habits were out of control. He even took out a $300,000 loan to throw himself a birthday party. It was a situation no financial advisor could help. Vince Young was no longer a phenomenon. He became known for going completely bankrupt. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can stay up to date on all of our future videos. Also, watch the 2 videos that are currently on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.